Welcome back to the Clean Slate Video Club. I'm your host Carson Phillips here with Daniel Garza, and today we have another recent horror film to talk about. We're doing 31 for 31. That's 31 Halloween or horror adjacent films, and we've had a lot of fun this year. I probably say this every year, but it might be one of my favorite group of movies we've seen in a while. I don't know. I feel like there's been some good ones. A lot of found footage this year, or stuff that like blends found footage, which Black Phone 2, this is no exception. There's like, I don't want to call it found footage, but there's dream sequences that are basically like found footage. The cuts are so funny to me because it just shows that we clearly got done laughing at something and then there's no context. But anyways, guys, we watched Black Phone 2, directed by Scott Derrickson. Blumhouse, one of their few good movies, probably. They release so many movies every year and maybe like one of them hits every year, so it must work. All right, let's hear that log line.
All right, guys, here's the log line for Black Phone 2. As Finn, now 17, struggles with life after his captivity, his sister begins receiving calls in her dreams from the Black Phone and seeing disturbing visions of 3 boys being stalked at a winter camp known as Alpine Lake.
Ooh.
So, for me, this movie sets up... I'm just cutting you off.
No, dude, I was actually going to say you should go first because I rant too much.
Okay, so for me, I did not like Black Phone as much as I thought I would. It had all the good pieces, but for me, it was just like...
The first one?
Stuck in a single room kind of drama, which is fine, but it's just not what I was expecting, so my expectations were kind of like... Burr. This movie, though, does so much, and it has so much horror in it, and it adds just like a huge layer of between the both of them, right? Finn and his sister,
Gwen.
Gwen, is that her
Gwen
name?
and Finn. Ugh.
Is that really her name? Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's Gwenny.
First of all, she was amazing in this movie, by the way.
Yeah, she kind of takes the
really
lead over Finn.
Yeah,
which is cool. I mean, she was important in the first film, but she's more of a lead in this one for sure.
Right. So this movie has way more of like a spiritual aspect to it rather than a, practical like serial killer kidnapper.
I mean, the first one's still supernatural, more so with Gwen, not so much with the villain. But the second one, obviously, he's
this one is like full blown and
supernatural horror.
This movie, I'm very much so like not a buyer of horror movies. I don't like owning them. I love watching them, but I don't like owning them. I am definitely going to buy this one. Like, it was that good of a movie. I think Ethan Hawke was taking a back seat, which I am a very avid Ethan Hawke denier. I don't like him in movies. But
he does so good in this movie, though.
He does so good in it, but it's because he doesn't have to play like this crazy psycho, like weird Joker style character. He plays like this.
He plays it very subtle.
Yeah, and for me, it was just way better. I think it should have been this way in the first one. Also, I love movies that take place in the snow. Like, I don't know why, but a lot of snow horror movies are, like, they always end up kind of being my favorite just because it feels darker and grim, but yet there's so much white around. I don't know. It's like a contrast of visuals that I really love. But I don't know. I have too many good things to say about this movie, especially for Blumhouse. When Blumhouse's logo first popped up, I was like, no.
Did you forget that it was Blumhouse?
I did. I did. But yeah, I mean, all right, that's like, I don't want to go on too long.
And Five Nights at Freddy's.
Literally. But I really enjoyed this movie.
I did too. I think this movie is really great. I think so Scott Derrickson's kind of a director for me that's hit or miss sometimes. I always enjoy what he makes. It's just not always my favorite. Like, the last thing we saw from him was The Gorge, which came out, I think, this year on Apple TV, which was a mid movie. But this, you can tell, he put way more of his heart into it. Great movie. Ethan Hawke is, seeing him as the grabber again is great. But also the fact that Scott Derrickson and Ethan kind of came up with this villain that's probably someday going to be on par with someone like Jason or Freddy, right? Like, they created an iconic villain. And if they don't make more of these, I don't understand why not. 'Cause, like, they should milk this for as long as they can. I know a third film probably won't be good. Let's be honest. The fact that this is a good horror sequel is impressive to me, because that's a rare thing. I honestly think
the only thing that they can do for this is a prequel of this camp and the mom,
or they go to space, like Grabber X. This time he's grabbier. I'm telling you, dude, these movies write themselves. But yeah, I think Scott does a great job of exploring the themes from the first film, especially his faith as a Christian. His background is way more heavy-handed in this film, but it doesn't feel tacky to me. Like, they even criticize. No, it doesn't. And they even like, two of the worst characters in this movie are the most Christian characters in the movie, and they suck. So it's not like preachy by any means. So if that's something that turns you off from a movie, I don't think that's a problem here. But overall, cool movie, great scares, fantastic soundtrack. I think the performances are all pretty good for the most part. The fact that these same kids continue to be good actors from when they were children is also... Yeah. I'm just glad they didn't recast. I think that could have been a big bummer. But I do want to say, I found out, so all the dream sequences, you have this film aesthetic, were all shot on Super 8. For the most part. I think the only parts that weren't is if there was like a special effect or maybe it was difficult, they just shot it on 16 and cut it down to 8 because that's how that works. So very cool that they were able to shoot all these sequences on Super 8 without using a filter and all that digital stuff, because it looks so cool on the big screen. If you can go watch this at the theater, you need to, because those sequences are amazing and terrifying, and like, I don't know, like, they really capture even what it feels like to be in a dream, like seeing yourself when you're dreaming and like all the weird stuff that goes on when you're having a nightmare even. I don't know. It works really well, and I think it's epic. So also the final scene of this movie, I was smiling. I was like grinning with the last couple, so like, and then it gets a little corny, but in the best way possible. Like, I don't know, like,
I was gonna say that is
fire.
My biggest...
It's frozen. I'm like, heck yeah! I literally cheered. I was so happy. I was in the theater by myself, but
I was
so
a bunch of
happy, man. I was so happy with that. I don't know. Maybe I'm corny too for liking that, but it brought me joy. Like, I left the theater hyped, not scared. So that might be a bad thing. I don't know. It's a great movie though. I highly recommend it.
I honestly, my favorite scene of my favorite sequence of scenes in this entire movie is the kitchen scene, where just like that entire like back and forth is such a good such a good sequence of like what's actually going on, and the way that it didn't look super cheesy and whatnot. Like,
I feel like everyone reacts together realistically too, for the most part.
Yeah. So one thing I will say of some of my gripes for this movie was it was corny.
It's corny. Just like, it 100% is corny.
Because they try to set the scene of, what was this, like the 70s or the 80s?
The dialogue is a little, like with Gwen, it's the 70s or 80s, I think. But like, I think
it's the 70s.
Maybe.
Either way, it's like sure. Late 70s, early 80s. Anyway, so
some of the dialogue and like lingo is a little, it comes across as forced.
Exactly. Like at the beginning, she's like, "Oh, that's rad." I'm like,
"That's choice."
Yeah, and it was just like, it was such a heavy-handed choice. Like, did you?
But she doesn't have iPhone face, you know. She looks like she could be from this time period at least.
Yeah, for sure. But in some of the like romance scenes in it, I wasn't like completely thrilled with. I thought it was like fine.
Corny on purpose, though, I think.
Yeah. And then again, Christians, some of those like lines that you mentioned, I was just like, meh. But overall, this movie is hilarious. I think it has a really good cast, like humor. Ensemble. Yep. And then
I love the all the new characters are pretty enjoyable.
Yeah. Oh, the pacing of this movie is like perfect. Like, there was not a slow bit of this movie where I was like, ugh, can we go on? Like, it was all really good.
Long movie.
I was
it's like 2 hours.
It was like, I think it's almost 2.5 hours.
It's a long movie, but like, I watched it late at night, and I was vibing still.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Anyway, some of your dislikes, did you have any?
I really don't. I mean, I will acknowledge some of it is a little corny or cringe even, but I like it. I don't know. Like it made me laugh and enjoy it. Like I think horror films sometimes need to have that. This does feel more artistic than the first film in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate that. I don't know if like watching them back to back if it would feel disjointed as a sequel or not. That's one thing I'm curious about. Like if you're taking it as like a whole piece, it might work better as a solo effort, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's not really a gripe. That's just something to consider. But I don't know. I love the movie. I wish more of the dad was in it because he was such a main focus of the first film.
He was so good.
And he has an arc, too, in this, which I really appreciate seeing, like, redemption in that character.
He just seems like such a wholesome dad. Like
there's something
you see
changed.
him dealing with him. Like, he's dealing with stuff on his own, but then he realizes, like, my kids still need a father, and I need to be a present father.
And he sucked in the first movie as a person.
Yeah.
So it's just cool to see. I want
to show the camera something.
Not just rejecting a character like that. I do want to say, too, there's some really good tender moments between Finn and Gwen in this towards the end of the film and, like, stuff about their mother. Okay, there is an aspect where the story kind of rewrites what happens with the mom that I actually don't really think is good, but minor gripe. That's a spoiler, so I don't want to say too much about it. But
so I collect movie buckets, and so when I saw this one, that is huge, by the way,
inside?
and it,
Show the inside.
Well, the inside is I have other buckets in this bucket.
Oh, never mind. I thought it had like a design on the inside, and I was like, no
it's
way.
Just like a regular red.
Okay,
and
cool.
then they have the payphone right there, and then I got the cup with the grabber on it, just like is very Joker-esque, but it's so funny because I bought this. I went to go see this with my buddy Quentin. He wanted me to shout him out.
Shout out.
But they have like a little charm that goes on the top of it, which is literally a grabber.
That's awesome.
The grabber in a movie theater seat holding up a bucket of popcorn. It's so awesome.
You have
I keep it in my car. Yeah, it's in my car.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was really cool. Yeah, but so honestly though, this popcorn bucket like is huge, and it actually does justice for a large popcorn because I paid like $30 for like this Mission Impossible one, and it's tiny.
That's crazy
compared to this one. Like,
yeah,
insane.
That's huge. Regal stepping it up.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, guys, well that we have to end this because we've been talking for too long.
Sorry.
No, it was both of us. Out of 5, what are you rating this movie?
Ooh, 4.5. 4.5. 4. Somewhere in there.
I'm doing both. It was either 4 or 4.5.
It's hard to say because it's not like high art, but I just really loved it.
But that's the difference is it jumps back and forth between high art and
in a like classic horror film.
Yeah, and I still can't get over the name The Grabber. I hate names like that.
Also, way more graphic than the first film. Which is a plus.
Yes.
If you want to see children get murdered, awesome.
Okay. You're going to Lake Alpine Lake to help.
Bro.
How scared are you?
Oh, I'm horrified because you can't see him.
This is a 9 out of 10 for me.
And then his rollerblade or his ice skate feet coming at you.
Yeah.
Heck no, dude.
Dude, that was also one of the.
And a blizzard on top of that.
Him just skating.
Yeah, it's so out of pocket.
Yeah, I will say this movie ended a little bit happier than I wanted it to. I wanted somebody to die in this movie, and
Two
I'm
people
sad.
do die.
Fair enough. All right, yeah. Well, guys, this movie is still in theaters, so go check it out. Let us know what you think. Let us know how Scott Derrickson's holding up for you. And yeah, that is the. Is that 30? Tomorrow's our finale. That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
We made it, guys.
All
So
Hallows Eve.
We got a 3-movie series, 3-movie parter tomorrow for our finale. We're going to do a little look back for All Hallows Eve. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for sticking around on this 31 days of Halloween that we do every single year. I think this one has been my favorite. We have had a lot of good movies, minus like Kill List.
Like 2. I love that movie.
I hate
that,
it.
he's wrong.
I think the more I hate it, the more you love it. Anyway, guys, go follow us on all of our socials and go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go give us a rating, 5 stars or 1 star on anywhere you can find a podcast. Thank you so much for being a part of the club and being loyal members. We love you all so much. Be kind, rewind, and we will see you tomorrow for our finale. Peace.
Peace.